If you've been curious about crochet but don't know where to start, let me show you how to make a beginner-friendly crochet project today. I'll show you step by step how to make a sunflower granny square, which is a basic building block that you can use to construct a bag, a dress, a hat, a blanket, pretty much anything you can think of. And then afterwards I'll show you how I join them all together to create a retro 70s inspired dress. Also, I just adopted Nacho. He's the sweetest little boy, he's got no tail, and I'm sure that he's going to be very involved in my projects in the future because he just wants to be absolutely amongst it. I found everything that I needed in the yarn section of Spotlight. Most craft stores or discount stores will have yarn and crochet needles. Choose 4 yarn colours and a crochet hook. The label on the yarn will tell you what size needle you need to use. I'm using 8-ply yarns which require a 4mm crochet hook. You'll also need a large needle to join the squares together at the end. To crochet a dress like mine, I needed 1 ball of brown yarn, 2 balls in 2 different shades of yellow, and 3 balls of olive green yarn. Starting with the brown yarn, create a loop like so. Insert your crochet hook under the circle and pull up a new loop. Take the end of the yarn that's attached to the ball, loop it over your crochet hook, and pull it through the loop. This is the hardest part. It gets much easier when you have something to hold on to. This tail end of the yarn can be used to adjust the size of the circle, which we'll be doing later. Yarn over, insert the hook into the circle, catch the yarn, and pull up a loop. You should now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And that's your first stitch. The first stitch is always a little different, but the rest of them look like this. Yarn over, insert into the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. I'll show you one more time. Yarn over, into the circle, pull up a new loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's your third stitch, and you want to create 12 stitches in total. Once you've done 12 stitches and it looks like a big furry caterpillar, pull on the short end of the yarn to pull it all into a circle. This is the center of our sunflower. As you can see along the edge, the stitches are shaped like little V's. Insert your hook into the first stitch. Now yarn over, pull it through that stitch and pull it through the remaining loop. One more time to close it off, yarn over and pull through. This time we're going to snip the end of the yarn and pull the string tight. Next up, take one of the yellow yarns. I alternated between using different shades of yellow for each step. Insert your hook into one of the stitches, it doesn't really matter which one. Hook the yarn on the end and pull it through, then tie it into a knot. Insert your hook into the same hole and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, insert it into the same stitch again, catch the yarn and pull up a loop. You should have 3 stitches on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3 stitches, and chain 1 to complete it. To start the next stitch, yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch, catch the thread and pull it up, and once more yarn over, insert it into the same stitch, pull up a new loop. As you can see, you've got 5 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5. And to finish it off, chain 1. Continue doing that stitch the entire way around. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, and chain 1. Now that we've reached the end, we're going to find the top of the first stitch, as you can see here. Insert your hook through the top of the first stitch, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and pull through the final loop. And then once more, yarn over, pull through, snip the yarn, and pull it tight. Basically all of them are finished that way. For the next layer, I'm going to be using the other type of yellow yarn. Insert your hook through one of the stitches and pull through the yarn and attach it with a knot. Insert your hook into the same stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Chain 1, chain 2. That starts us off. Yarn over, insert it into the same stitch, catch the yarn, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. As you can see, there are now 4 stitches on your crochet hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. Then finish it off with a chain 1 and chain 2. That's going to help us reach the next spot. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. There are 4 stitches but 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 5. Chain 1, chain 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Once more, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 1, pull through 2. Now that you've got 4 stitches and 5 loops, yarn over, pull through all 5. Chain 1, chain 2. Now find the top of the first stitch. We're going to finish it the same as every other layer. The last colour is this olive green. I'm attaching it the same way as all the others. Insert your hook, pull up a loop. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. Yarn over twice, insert into the stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. It should look like this. Chain 1, chain 2. Yarn over twice, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over again, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over again, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over twice, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Now we've just finished a corner, the next stitch is going to be different. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1 and 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Insert, pull up a loop. Pull through 1, pull through 2. Pull through 1, pull through 2. And once more. Through 1, pull through 2, pull through 1, pull through 2. We've reached another corner, which means yarn over twice. Insert, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over again, pull through 2 more. Yarn over again, pull through 2. Yarn over twice. Insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over again, pull through 2. Yarn over again, pull through 2. Now we're going to chain 2, which helps us make the corner. Yarn over twice, insert, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Once more. Yarn over twice, insert into the stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, 2. Yarn over, pull through 1 and 2. Now as you can see, we've turned this circular shape into a square by creating these corner pieces. Because there's 12 sides, you're going to create 1 corner, 2 in between stitches, 1 more corner, 2 in between, a corner, 2 in between, corner, 2 in between, and then join it to the end. Repeat those stitches all the way around until you get to the end, then insert it into the top of the first stitch, pull through the stitch, and pull through the remaining loop. Then chain 1, snip the yarn, pull it tight. Congratulations, you have just finished your first granny square. When it comes to the ends, I'm a little unorthodox. I like to tie the 2 strings into a double knot and then snip it and apply a liberal amount of super glue to fuse it together. So far it's held up really well, and I think it's the easiest option, to be honest. This is the correct method to finish off the ends of the granny squares, and it involves weaving them into the existing stitches. I did this for some of them when I ran out of super glue, so I just thought I would show you anyway. I created all these squares in a production line style, where I was making the brown circles all at once, and then I did the first layer of yellow, and then the second layer of yellow, and then the green all at the end. Except for a few that I kept in different stages so that I could make cool stop motion animations for TikTok. Blocking your granny squares involves reshaping your granny squares to be a little more uniform and to have pointier edges. The way that I did this was I used some sewing pins and attached them to this foam mat that I had laying around my studio. And I'm just gently tugging at the corners and pulling them into the most square shape possible. It was at this point that I realised that I'd made a mistake and some of my granny squares were actually a lot smaller, but we'll talk about that later. Next, I misted all the granny squares with water from a spray bottle. And then you basically set the shape with some hot steam. The heat sets the fibres of the yarn into that shape, kind of like when you use like a hair straightener or a hair curler. So when I came back in the morning, they were fully dried and they kept their shape. At this point I had about 100 granny squares and I still wasn't sure what I was going to make with it. I was kind of tossing up between a coat and a dress. I love making collages, especially of my projects, as like a mood board. I was looking on Pinterest and I found these amazing reference pictures for the kind of vibe that I was going for, and at that point I decided it had to be a dress. These are the 3 different designs that I thought would be easy to make with the squares. I think number 2 and number 3 are a bit more trendy to the current fashion cycles, and I want something that's going to be timeless and that I can wear for many, many years. So I decided to go with number 1. It's kind of hard to see the colour difference on camera, but I did alternate the shades of yellow in a checkerboard pattern. I couldn't find my measuring tape, but I used some masking tape to measure out the length of the dress and taped it onto my table for reference. And then I also determined the widest measurement on my body, which is my hips, and I measured half of that. So remember earlier when I said that some of the squares ended up being smaller than the others? So what I decided to do was put the smaller squares around the waist area so that the dress kind of cinches in and fits my figure a little bit better. To attach them together, I measured a piece of yarn that was 4 times the length of the dress. I tied the yarn to one end, and basically I'm pulling my needle through the stitches along the outside edge. And this is fairly easy to do because the stitches match up with each other on either side. This is only one of many ways to attach granny squares together, but it is the quickest. Here's a close-up so you can see how the needle moves underneath the stitch, comes out the top, goes underneath the next stitch. Now when you reach the end, go all the way to the corners of the granny square. This will help hold them in that perfectly square shape. And when you're ready to jump to the next granny square, move across diagonally. And then down to the opposing stitch on the next granny square. And then just repeat this the whole way along to attach all the granny squares together. When you reach the very end, tie it into a knot, and I decided to weave in the ends because I'd run out of super glue. This is what it looks like at the moment. I've done all the horizontal lines of stitching, and now I need to do exactly the same along the vertical lines. As you can see here, when we stitched vertically, we popped across diagonally like this, so when doing the horizontal stitches, you just want to go diagonally the other way. And it creates this little X in the middle that's going to hold everything together really tightly. My first panel was 6 squares wide, and then for the next panel I realized it didn't need to be 6 squares wide, and so I only made it 4 squares wide. So I attached them together into one large blanket, and I'm going to do one last row of stitching to create a giant tube. This is how it looks. I'm really happy with the fit, so I'm going to attach the straps. Here you can see that I'm attaching 4 squares to make the straps, but I later removed one of the squares so that there were just 3. There is a degree of stretching that happens with these squares, especially because they're under a lot of tension as they're holding up the entire dress. So that's why I think 3 squares fit a little bit better, because they stretch out when it's hanging on your body. So much of my heart and soul has gone into this dress. It's exactly how I envisioned it. Are you ready to see it? I love wearing this dress on its own for exploring the outdoors or going to the beach, but I also love dressing it up with an orange turtleneck and some white go-go boots. This crochet dress is the second item in my totally handmade wardrobe, where I make unique items of clothing while learning a new craft skill, and the goal is to have a totally handmade wardrobe that will last a lifetime. If you'd like to see the full playlist, you can click here, or you can click the link in the description box below. See you next time!